Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. It is Friday, so you already know we are trading options. We're reviewing our plays from last week, and we are looking at trading some options into next week. Big week next week. We have a lot of, we have a lot of big company, small company, just a lot of earnings overall. There's a huge, I want to say there's probably like 150, 200 big names. But more importantly, we have a couple of names that we really should focus on. So I'll go over those. We have some options that we need to close out. We have some options that we're going to let go. We have some options that we're going to roll. And it's time to make $300-$500 clicking a couple buttons and check it in each and every single week. So, the account's up today, $651, or we're at $112,000. Almost, we were pushing $113,000 earlier today, which of course is a new all-time high for the portfolio. Seems kind of surreal. Every single week, this account just hits a new all-time high. We keep selling puts, we keep selling calls, and we keep bringing the money into the account. So for the week, up $991. For the month, up $8,600. 3 months, $11,000. 1 year, $25,000 or 30%. And then all-time since we moved the account over in last February, we were up 43% or $34,000. So not too bad. Just for a regular investor selling cash secured puts and covered calls. And let's get into it. So buying power, $266. We did buy some stocks this week. We are going to have some shares called away. And let's jump into earnings. But first and foremost, if you're here, if you enjoy the content, if you check out my videos, don't forget to drop a like. It helps a lot with the YouTube algorithms. It makes it worth it for me to create these videos each and every single week, actually every couple of days. So just throw a like if you can. All right, so let's jump into it. $5,000 for the contributions this year. Lots of plays on the table. First things first, Mara put up $84 on it. This is basically worthless. 2 pennies to close. We're going to roll this out. We have Mara earnings next week, I believe on the 1st. We're going to go to November 1st. We're going to roll this out. We're probably going to play it a little bit safer. And what I mean by that is we're just going to do, we're going to do this. We're going to do an $81 credit. Let's see if we can get a fill here. We should be able to get it by the end of the day because we can close it for 0.01, worst case scenario. But we have that in there for $80. So $80 on the table for Mara. But you can see we already booked $84 this week on those puts. Next one, SMCI. Let's go ahead and let's roll this. Next, we are at 0.01. We do have earnings coming up next week for SMCI as well. I'm okay getting assigned 100 shares, then maybe odd lotting from there. But I'm going to go really safe on this one. We're up. What were we up on this position? Let me double check that one more time. Yeah, $30. So that's a regular week, earnings week. You're going to see if we go towards that 0.1 delta all the way down here. Geez. Then we get back into that $30 range. I'm probably going to trade something like, looks like the Mara went through. So that's plus $80 there. And we booked the premium, of course, on that week. I'm probably going to do something like this. This 42. Going to see if we can get that to roll through. Medium likelihood at the 45. Let's send it. So we're rolling down and out. We got a $45 credit. And just like that, we collected a little bit of income. I think that's what, 125 so far. So we rolled that down and out. We're rolling some Mara puts. It looks like 2 of the 3 have filled. Those should continue to fill as the day goes on. TNA puts. We're going to roll these down as well. TNA is actually down for the day at 42.75. I want to get some TNA shares. Of course, I want to get paid to do it. So we are up $42 on this trade. We're going to roll the position currently at the 41.5, rolling it into next week. And we are looking at, let's go to the 40. So we're going to do 40, $106 credit there. Let's see if we can get, I'm just going to do a 53, see if we can get a fill there for $106. And let's see if we can get a fill. It looks like we're at the high side there. So we'll let that sit for a second. We might have to come back and we might have to change that order. But for now, we'll let that sit. So that's TNA. We're looking to roll that down and out. DJT. This one is on an absolute ripper. Looks like all of Mara ended up finishing. DJT has gone absolutely wild for the week. Up 29% for the week. So we're going to let this one sit. We'll let that expire worthless and we'll collect the full $22 on that. So DJT will expire worthless. SMCI, this one, I only want to play one play into earnings. So I'm probably going to let that sit. I may load up some more Mara. The ones that I did have my eyes on this week are going to be, Coinbase has earnings. I can't afford that one. I could afford some more CONL, but Coinbase takes $20,000 or so to sell puts on. So we're not going to do that. Looked at Riot, looked at CleanSpark. which is what we may end up doing with some SMCI money. But let's jump into Amazon. Amazon has earnings this week as well. We're going to roll the position, book the profit there, and we are going to go, it's earnings, so we're going to go high. Let's look first. Let me just look at Amazon as a stock. If we do the 3 month, let me just try to get a feel for the highs. Yeah, so 200-ish. If we come down to Amazon here, it should tell us our 52-week high of 201.20. So that kind of tells us what the high is for the stock. Let's roll this position. Let's get into it. Earnings could take it anywhere. It looks like TNA went through, so that should be a nice $106 there. We're at the 197.5 now, so I'm looking to roll it up. You know me and Amazon. I like to just play this sucker as safe as I can get. I think a 207 is probably going to be safe. We're at the 0.1 delta. We still get some nice premium there, and this allows the stock to absolutely run. Let's see if we can get a 0.75 there. Whoops. 0.75. Should be able to get that no problem. Yeah, there we go. All right, so 0.75. So we just got $75 for that Amazon roll. If Amazon does end up going in the money there, I mean, we're talking about sitting at 188 now. That's going to be a $20 run or a $19 run. We're up right now 7,600. That would put us up, like $9,000. So that would be a massive run if we do get in the money there. So that's the Amazon call. DJT expiring SMCI. We're probably going to close that out and run a new put, or we're going to let it expire. Another one here on the line, Soxl. We are up $101 on this Soxl put. Soxl's at 35 today at 4%, so we're going to let that one expire, or we can close it out for $1 here and make some other plays. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's book this. We're up 101 for the on the position. We're going to buy this back for $1, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to reuse that capital on another play, so we will let that one expire. So we got TNA puts for next week, SMCI puts for next week, Mara puts at the 16 for next week, Soxl calls at the 40.5, Clean Spark calls at the 15. Those should be good, up 488 on that. Conl put up $60 on that. Conl call up 190, and then another call. We're down 88 on that, but again, if it gets called away, we get called away for a massive premium. So those are the plays on the table as of right now. One to talk about Tesla. It says down 3,205. Now let's remember what's actually happening here, right? All that means is that if I were to sell that exact same call today, I would have gotten $3,200 more. When you're going into earnings, you never can know what a stock's going to do. Tesla, if we go into pre-earnings, Tesla was down to $212. I had a call at the 230. My cost basis on this is $224.66, so $225 is what I got assigned with. We talked about it before earnings. My play on this was for 1 week, right? I sold puts. I got assigned the shares at $225. I sold calls. I bought a couple of odd lots. Tesla went absolutely freaking berserk after earnings. You can see we went from 215 to 266. That's okay. I've played this game 1,000 times with Tesla before. We were at 260 on September 30th. A couple of weeks later, less than a month later, we're down to 213. This is just the ebbs and flows in the stock. Could it go to 300? Yes. Could it go back to 220 next week? No. I don't know. So my point is right here, I'm losing my shares at 230. I'll book $500 in appreciation. I'll book, what did I get paid on the call? $465 or something? Let's pull it up. I'll get paid $462. So that is a $962 a week on my Tesla play. Great. Lose the shares. Give me my $23,000 back, and we move on. So Monday, I'll have 23 grand in cash, and I'll start selling puts again. No problem. So Tesla's getting called, $1,000 for the week on that play. Sweet. Another $400, $500 worth of premium that you can see that we have gone through so far on this week. Sweet. We'll book it. Mara, we had that called away the other week. I want a little bit more. So let's jump in here and let's sell a little bit more. Again, we have earnings coming up on this. But for me, I don't really care. This stock's down 5% for the week. For the month, pretty much flat. 3 months, it's just been really hovering. We've got as low as 13. We are at 17 now. Let's trade some options on this. So November 1st, sell a put. We already sold some puts at the 16. I want to layer it in a little bit. So we're going to sell some more puts at the 15. Now, we're going to do 4 puts here. Let's see, we'll probably do 3 puts. And we're going to do it at the 0.12. Not a lot of money, but you have to remember our cash on cash return. If I'm getting paid $12 for every $1,500, that's just under 1% for the week. What's it saying here? Oh, that's going to be $4,500 worth of capital. All right, let's go back here. So what do? Well, we need a little bit of capital. Easy. So we come in here to this DJT put. Or actually, we just go in here to the SMCI put. We're at a penny. Let's close it out. Free up. Oh, you have to do 0.05 increments. SMCI recently had a stock split. If you're new to SMCI, because of the stock split, it restarts at the 0.05 increments. As the volume, which is already there, continues to be there, Robinhood will change it down to the 0.01 on the bid ask. So we're going to come in here. We're just going to buy this DJT one for $1. We'll book the profit there. We'll free up some collateral and we'll get back in tomorrow. So let me pull that up here. Now that we have some more collateral available, and we're going to do trade options. Again, this is into earnings. This is for people, for anybody that's trading, that's new to this game. Maybe don't trade earnings. For me, I've traded this stock for so long. I know how it moves, and I'm not too worried about earnings, especially as we go into the bull run. So that's going to be $36. Not bad. So that should fill here before the end of the day. So we have those orders in. And we still have $1,700. So what do? Of course, every single week we come in and we buy ourselves some more QQQ. Every week we sell options, we buy forever assets, we rinse, repeat, we rinse, repeat. So that's what we're doing. $100 worth of QQQ. All these other positions are looking good. One I may want to average down on as well. Maybe CleanSpark. Gonna wait and see. Down 5% on Mara today. I wanted to sell puts on that. Down on TNA today. I wanted to sell puts on that. Everything else, I'm kind of sitting by the wayside and I'm waiting. Let's talk about earnings. PayPal this week, SoFi this week, AMD, Meta, Microsoft, Coin, Hood, Riot, Cypher, Apple, Amazon, Intel, SMCI. Absolutely slammed week. We could see a lot of movement and we probably will. But for me, if it's an asset I want to own, great. I'll get paid to buy the asset. And so that's what we've been doing. That's how we've been successful over the last year and a half, up 42%. I don't know anybody out there that would say, hey, I don't want an extra 33 grand in my pocket. So that's what we do. We rinse, repeat each and every single week. We buy forever assets. We sell puts. We sell calls. We get paid. So let's talk about it. These are all the positions that are open right now. Of course, we're not including all the positions that we just sold. We just made what, $300, $400, $500 selling a couple of positions or selling a couple calls and puts. So we'll account for those next week in the spreadsheet. This is how we're looking for the month. 378 the first week of October, 459 the second week of October, 1868 the third week of October. This week it's saying 450. Keep in mind, 500 will profit on Tesla. That's going to get called away. Plus all the income that I just barely made, I have to add in here. So it's going to be a nice $900 week. Plus will profit, we're talking another $1,500 week. $3,155 worth of income in this account. You've seen every piece of it. And that's what we've made this month so far in October. So let's look at the numbers. What does that mean? Well, $3,155 in October, $684 with the will premium on the capital gain side. And this was the starting balance at the start of the month. We are now returning 3.74%. My goal every month is between like 1 and 4%. If I can get it between 1 and 4% return on my money in terms of options. I cannot control the way that the assets are going to move, but I can control the strikes on the calls and puts that I'd sell and the profit levels and risk levels that I take. So that's what we're saying for the month. If you want to look at the stocks that are making me the most money, CleanSpark and Mara were heavy at the start of the year. CONL has been a nice monthly payer. Tesla, always bringing in the income. I'm going to get back to selling puts on that most likely, but I'm going to wait for the dip. We've played this game before so many times. Don't want to overextend myself. Looks like the Mara contracts just went through, so we just got paid, what, $36 on that. NVDL, I'm waiting for this stock to cool off a little bit. I just watched it run from the 50s to the 70s. Want to see if I can get it back down into the $50, $60 range. Soxl, waiting for a red day to sell some more puts on this. Probably Monday or Tuesday, but I'll keep you posted on Twitter at DarkMiner71. Rivian, not selling on right now. TNA, of course, we just sold on. Hood, waiting for this to chill out a little bit, especially with earnings coming up. And then SMCI, we are going to start getting into that stock more and more each and every single week. And then we'll sprinkle in some Riot, DJT. Amazon, not doing great with options, but a huge earner in the account as we have seen. So that is the update for the week. Absolutely massive month as of right now, $3,000 month. Probably going to be a $4,000 month after I get all the numbers updated. And we have a little bit of selling that we can do next week as well. So cash will hit the account on Monday when my Tesla shares sell. I'll have, 23,000 plus the other expirations. So we'll probably have $26,000 worth of cash on Monday that I will be looking to sell puts on stocks that are in the red. So this is the update for the week. Thank you everybody as always. Don't forget to drop a like. Hope you're enjoying the content each and every single week as I show you some of the options plays that I am making as I will in and out of stocks. I hold some long stocks and I play some earnings. Appreciate you as always. Happy investing. We'll catch you next time.